took the reins on July the 17th, 2012. The malaise of the European economy has been brought into sharp focus again this week. Eurozone unemployment hitting a fresh high, warnings from Italy's leader about austerity biting too hard, and today the IMF warning about the jobless economies of the world. It is a view shared by Russia's richest man, aluminium tycoon Oleg Deripaska. He controls the aluminium giant RUSAL and told the BBC the birth of the euro more than a decade ago promised huge gains in productivity and competitiveness, but that's not happened.
It's hard to choose area to invest because it's really hurt by heavy euro, in my view, at the moment.
So you think the euro is overpriced?
Yeah, and if you look back, as I said many times, what changed? Since they introduced the euro, and are they really 50% more productive than in those years, or there is more opportunities to invest? No, I think it's just a wrong balance in a policy between the European Central Bank and Fed.
Commodity prices in the last year, I mean, if you're thinking of aluminium and nickel, have certainly been moving downwards. Gold more recently, which has attracted a lot of attention. Why do you think that is?
Everyone used this opportunity to hedge, and they have a different hedging strategy against inflation, euro devaluation, and that's create a situation when actually demand and supply balance was less important to define prices than investor optimism or negative mood.
Where do you think commodity prices will go next then? Do you think they'll continue to slide?
My view, first of all, we will see more true hedges, hedge which based on our customer long-term strategy to secure cost of their product, because this type of contract was reduced almost 5 times on aluminium if you look at the aluminium market. Second, I think it would be more rationalization of output. I think it will finally create more balanced approach, and this create output which we will see in better pricing.
There have been quite significant attempts to rebalance the Russian economy and move it away from a dependence on oil, and the criticism is that it is still too dependent on oil and on commodities. How do you see it?
Russian economy not very dependent upon, private sector not very dependent upon oil and gas. It's actually under pressure because we have a gas tariff 2 times higher than the price in the United States at the moment. And there is a debate in Russia how we can reduce gas prices and how quickly we can create a sort of moratorium on tariff increase, because it kills Russian competitiveness. That's why it's negative impact for the rest of the economy. Yes, we have a huge export of crude, which could be easily refined, and we can produce more product and create more opportunity for the local market. It's an opportunity, and we have very wealthy state, federal budget full of money, surplus, plus lowest debt to GDP ratio, which you can see in normal functioning economy. This is a benefit.
The aluminium giant Oleg Deripaska. Well, with over 1 billion users worldwide, Facebook is undoubtedly the